After facing betrayal and choosing forgiveness in a way that many would find impossible, she transformed her life and built a movement helping women and leaders. Dionne Nicholls-Germain joins us this morning to talk about her book, The 90-Day Conquering Unforgiveness Journal. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Okay, I'm so excited to learn more about this because we've been chatting a little bit this morning and I'm very intrigued. Tell us about what led you to first write this book, because it was a personal experience.
It was. Nobody just picks up and decides they want to take on the most difficult, challenging, complicated topic like forgiveness.
Right.
So there is a personal testimony. I was actually in a 17-year relationship, college sweethearts.
Yeah.
You know, we actually both moved to New York with big dreams. I wanted to work in fashion. He wanted to work on Wall Street. We got to do the thing, got the brownstone in Brooklyn, traveling. And lo and behold, there was infidelity multiple times.
Wow.
We had a son together at this point when I found out. And unfortunately, it came to a point where I had to actually leave the situation, leave the relationship. However, I can't explain it. I feel like it was almost intuitive in this case, where I just knew, because I knew I was committed to my son's well-being, that I would forgive.
Okay.
That my son would know that he had two parents that loved him, who had his back no matter what. You know, as much as it rocked me to my core.
Right. Yeah.
I'm happy to say, fast forward, we're able to create a healthy, loving co-parenting relationship.
Amazing.
Where we even, actually created a nonprofit together.
Wow.
And fast forward, just a few years ago, we were able to fly out my son to Georgia State University.
And so now you wrote a book to help other people learn to find forgiveness.
Yes. So interestingly enough, there's also a professional testimony as well.
Okay.
Working as an executive coach, speaker, author, but primarily my work as an executive coach working with leaders around the world, what I came to find out is as high-performing, high achievers, we're really hard on ourselves.
I bet.
And it's holding us back.
Yes.
Whether that's professionally, we're not speaking up in a meeting unless we're 155% right. Because if we're wrong, we're going to beat ourselves up for weeks on end. So not to mention you're not showing up fully, and the company's missing out on that genius and that gold, right? Or we're leaving money on the table. Because we don't believe in ourselves that we can actually attain that particular goal. So it's so far-reaching. I said, you know what? Not only do we need to talk about this in our personal life, but how is it impacting us in the workplace as leaders?
And what are some myths that you want people to know about forgiveness?
So, well, first and foremost, that it's for you.
Yeah.
Oftentimes people believe that it's the other person that's getting off the hook. They're getting away with it.
Right.
But in true essence, as long as we are pointing at them, right, we actually don't get a chance to see what's really maybe that needs to be done on our end.
Right.
Believe it or not from a place of blame, but of ownership. Right? What can I own in this situation? So they're not getting away with it, but I actually want to own my healing.
Right.
I want to release these emotions so I can be well. I can reclaim my power, my peace, my joy. So that's a big one, right? Another one is that, do
you think people associate forgiveness with a weakness as well? Like people think it's weak if I forgive.
Absolutely. I would say that's the number one.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I ask that question, what does forgiveness mean to you? Typically, it's weakness, it's vulnerable, right? You feel very exposed. We think of holding on to the resentment's going to protect us, but it's actually hurting us mentally, physically, emotionally. Yeah.
And so what will people go through? Tell us the journey they'll go through with your book.
Sure. So the way I actually designed the book, because I believe the habits you form, form who you become. So this is actually a habit-forming journal where you actually do forgiveness prompts daily.
I love that.
Right? Who can I forgive? But also, how can I forgive myself? Daily affirmations, just to start priming the heart open towards forgiveness. And by the way, I'm not saying you have to start this book and tomorrow you're going to start forgiving. It's a process, right? So that's why it's 90 days. Right? 90 days to create a habit.
It takes some time.
Yeah, yeah.
And where can people pick up your book?
They can actually find it on Amazon.
Wonderful.
Yes, anywhere around the world right now.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your journey with us. And of course,
Thank
your
you.
lovely book as well.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.